What is up, guys? Welcome back to Peculiar Foe. Today, we'll be going over Chapter 4, ranking each season, comparing it to other chapters. So first off, let's go with Chapter 4, Season 1. Started off pretty strong, in my opinion. You had the Thunder Shotgun, which was actually, I think, underrated, in my opinion. Could do a decent amount of damage, and it was a little bit worse than the pump from the previous chapter, but like the striker pump was, I think, really good. Um, but Thunder was really good. The Maven Auto was a really cool like attack shotgun comparison. Very similar. And then you had Excalibur rifle, probably one of the most creative guns they've had. You had the Shockwave hammer. Obviously, you can literally just fly around the map and you can destroy people with it. So you couldn't really stop it, and you had instant mobility if you had like two or three. Bikes got added, which was I think no one's really talking about because like that was the first time I ever got added. The map, by the way, was amazing. I think it's the best map in my opinion of like how cool it looks and how like attention to detail it is, because obviously chapter one, like the attention to detail was like not that good, and the map didn't look that good. But anyways, and then got like the collabs we had that season. We had My Hero Academia. Deku Smash was very annoying. I did not really like Deku Smash that much. I think that's it, right? There wasn't really anything happening. No map changes really. Yeah, but yeah, going back to the map, the biomes were really what stood out to me. You had the Citadel, you had Breakwater, you had that area, and then you had Anvil, like the middle Anvil, Faulty Splits, kind of that area. I don't think that's right next to each other, but they're similar. Then you had the Snow with like Brutal and Lonely Labs. Lonely Labs is my favorite drop spot. Fortunately, they got rid of it this season, but I still land there. And then you had holy, I gotta think about this. And then you had like the left. There was like the rave, like the chapter 3 bear there. I remember I landed there a couple times. So yeah, the map was just really aesthetically like amazing to look at, and then like obviously you had the new graphics, so it was gonna be a lot better anyways. But going back to the loot pool, the Twin Mag SMG really solid. Really good gun because it just could like laser kids from afar, and it's a really cool idea with the twin mag, especially with the AR this season, um, where it's just destroying people. The twin mag SMG also destroyed people, so yeah. And besides that, the only downside I'd say of chapter 4 was that like there wasn't really anything like cool. Like it wasn't. It was a little boring towards the end. We didn't have a ton of stuff added. We had something. I'm blanking out on stuff, but anyways, yeah, it was. But chapter 4, really good start to this season. I'd rate that a solid 8 out of 10. If they, I feel like there weren't as many mythics as well. They only had the Excalibur and the Shockwave. Which I mean, I could have had more. I feel like put someone at like Brutal, put someone at like Anvil, and then yeah, but a solid 8 out of 10 season. And then yeah, now let's move on to chapter 4, season 2. This was the mega season. The stuff that were added were Mega City, Kenjutsu Crossing, Simi Springs, and Naughty Nets. So that just whole right corner of the map. The loot pool, you had the Havoc Pump Shotgun, really good. Really, I love that. Love that shotgun. Havoc suppressed AR, not great. Doesn't do any damage, and they buffed it in the newest update, but it's not that good still. You had the katana. Everyone loves the katana. I think the katana was better than the shockwave hammer, in my opinion. Just because you could fly around the map, but you can also like destroy people with it. And then you had the grind rails, which again one of the most creative things I've seen Epic do. And they put in the biggest city of all Fortnite. Like Mega City is massive. The name is yeah, mega. It's a mega city. It's massive. Um, yeah, the map changes were that area, and they got rid of. I think Anvil was still in the game, right? Yeah, Anvil was still in the game. Never mind. I'm thinking of season 3. So yeah, still the Anvil. Faulty Splits was gone though. I think that location was really good. Faulty Splits. I did land there a couple times, and I thought it was really solid. Um, the collabs. What collabs did we have? So the collabs we had. Oh yeah, Attack on Titan, obviously. The ODM gear was really good, really broken in my like very broken. You had the Thunder Spears, not as good in my opinion. But still, like, I mean, it's a cool weapon. You had Miles Morales, like since Chapter 3, Season 4, we've been waiting for him, and he finally came in that season. I have him. Goku Black, very surprising to me, because I've that's like the only anime I've watched, and it's yeah, he's a good character, and it makes sense to add him. You also had the another Star Wars collab with like Anakin Skywalker, Darth Maul, Padme. I did not watch Star Wars, but Anakin, I obviously know he's Darth Vader. Padme, I obviously know too. So yeah, and then you have the Force you could use. Um, so yeah, overall, this season was I think better than Chapter 4, Season 1. Because I mean, the weapons I think were a little bit better. Um, and the collabs I think were a little bit better as well. And the map I think is just better too. And to be fair, the start of a chapter you have a new map, you don't really change it that much. But I'm gonna give Chapter 4 Season 2 a 9 out of 10 rank. Mainly because the Havoc Shotgun, the Mythic Havoc Shotgun, could do 240 to the head. That was crazy. 200 pumps were back. Then obviously just all the other weapons, like besides the Havoc Suppressed AR, the other weapons that were added, I think were really good addition to the game. And Mega City is the tilted of Chapter 4. So it's 9 out of 10 for Chapter 4, Season 2. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to Chapter 4, Season 3, the Wilds season. Um, okay. First off, let's talk about the new weapons that were added. You have the Transformers Cybertron cannon. It's a mythic. I think it was really good. It's kind of forgotten though. Um, but I think it was really good, especially in zero build. You had the Flapjack rifle, which was actually probably the best gun they added. It was more of an SMG because the bloom was crazy on the gun. And you could just spam it. The mag size was crazy. The thermal DMR. You guys know if you watch my streams, you guys know how I feel about this gun. Not great. I was on it the first couple weeks of the season, but I was like, no, it's not good. And also the kinetic boomerang, also not good. No one picked it up. No one used it. And then just the last one, the Wild Wasp jar, just fireflies in the jar. It's chill, nothing too crazy there. But yeah, and then let's go to the collabs. We had obviously at the beginning of the season the Transformers Rise of the Beasts collab. We had Optimus Prime and Optimus Primal, obviously. And then we had the Nike collab, which actually I think was really good. Airphoria, it was called. You had the 2 Nike skins, which I think were actually really cool. You had the Witcher, which not really like important, like not like crazy. Elder Scrolls Online, also again not crazy. The 2 biggest ones were the Futurama collab, which they added the Bender Mythic, which I think was really cool. Also, the Terminator collab was also not too bad either. The skin was actually like really cool. But I think the biggest collab in Chapter 4 Season 3 was Jujutsu Kaisen. You had the Hollow Myth Purple Mythic, and you also had the Strawdoll Mythic. Both were really powerful. Strawdoll, you could easily take out builds, and then Hollow Purple, you just incinerate anyone that was there. You had 4 skins added. You obviously had Gojo, Megumi, Yuji, and Nobara. And then lastly, actually probably the most underrated collab we've had is the WWE collab. with Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. That one was actually really underrated. That was well received. Um, so yeah, but the map changes in Chapter 4 Season 3 is what get me here. The middle of the map just got destroyed and it sunk down. It got all of you know, it got ripped apart and then sunk back down. So now you're like so much lower than you were last season in Chapter 4 Season 2. And you had three new you had Rumble Ruins, you had Creaky Compound, and you had was it Shifty Shafts or was it Shifty? Yeah, I don't know, something like that. It wasn't Shifty Shafts, but something like that. And honestly, the jungle is really annoying to play in because it's in the middle of the map. You can't miss it, and yet the unbreakable trees are another weird thing. There's some trees you can break, but overall not crazy. And then also just they got rid of Anvil, which was fan favorites, and they got rid of a lot of other ones too. So overall, with all the weapons, all the collabs, all the map changes, I'm gonna have to give this one a 5 or 6 out of 10. Again, going with the weapons that were added, big one, and also the map. Just the whole middle of the map sinking lower into the ground, and then also the boomerang, the DMR, but also they involved the drum shotgun. I forgot to mention that they involved the drum shotgun, and no one liked that. They also involved the combat SMG, which we'll get to in Chapter 4, Season 4. But anyways, now moving on to Chapter 4, Season 4. And first off, probably one of the best seasons I have ever seen in recent memory. Very well received by a lot of the fan base and gameplay and players, not gameplay. Let's go start off with the unvaults. We had the suppressed sniper, the suppressed pistol, two very underrated guns in my opinion. And then obviously you had the sharp tooth. That's the pump, but the sharp tooth shotgun from last season. I forgot to mention. That's still a game. Then they also vaulted the Maven Auto, because that was vaulted like middle of last season's Chapter 4 Season 3. So yeah, I mean the weapons this season have been good, been really good. They also added probably the most broken thing of all time, the rocket ram. It's a weapon, but it's also a rotating thing. Again, it's like the kinetic items for the first 2 seasons. You can destroy people with it, but you can also run away with it. And well received by everyone. Also have the business turret, the shield EMPs that got added. Those two items are very good in my opinion. I will rep either of those. In zero build, I'll probably rep the turret more, and then in builds, I'll probably rep the shield EMPs more. The EMPs are really underrated in my opinion. People don't take them as much, but I actually will take them over the turret in builds. But yeah, and then also the infiltrator pump shotgun. The only not great thing, in my opinion, about this season, that shotgun is not good. It has pump in its name, but it's not a pump shotgun. It's an auto shotgun. It shoots fast, but the spread is tiny for an auto shotgun, and it doesn't do a lot of damage, which is kind of what gets me with that shotgun. And then you also have the scoped SMG. I don't really know how I feel about this gun. I don't pick it up, but off spawn, I'd take it. But I probably wouldn't use it in like a box fight or anything, mainly because it doesn't shoot as fast as a combat SMG, combat SMG is probably the most superior SMG in the whole game. And then you had, was it 7? I think it was 7 mythics added. You had the Gunner SMG from Chapter 3 Season 1. You had the MK Foundation mythic, the MK7 Foundation mythic from Chapter 3 Season 1. You had the Kit Charge Shotgun from Chapter 2 Season 3. You had the Bottomless Chug Gun.
Oh, what the hell, this one?
From Chapter 2 Season 3. You had the Midas Drum Gun from Chapter 2 Season 2. the Boombo, that TNTina's Boombo from Chapter 2, Season 2, Zig and Choppy's Ray Gun from Chapter 2, Season 7, and the Kit's Shockwave Launcher from also Chapter 2, Season 3. Couple things about these. The 4 or 5, I think 4 of those mythics are very relevant. The Gunner SMG, Kit's Charge Shotgun, the Shockwave Launcher, and the MK Rifle. Those 4, if you have those, you have a good chance of winning the game. Because, especially with the new buff of the Gunner SMG, now it's less recoil. Now you can like destroy anyone with it, and the range on the Stinger is good too. So yeah, I got that. The other 3, the Chug Jug, the Boombo, and Zig and Choppy Ray Gun, I would probably rep those more in 0 build.
Ooh, nice little
Especially the Ray Gun, because it does laser people, and they did buff it in, again, this latest update. But overall, the Mythics 4 or the Chug Jug is more relevant because of the Slurp nerf. But 4 of the 7 Mythics are very relevant in the game now, because obviously Slurp's being halved. So now let's go to the map changes. We have 3 new POIs. We had St. Queen Suites replacing Lonely Labs. May Lonely Labs rest in peace. You had Eclipsed Estates replacing the Citadel. And then you had Relentless Retreat, just didn't replace anything, they just added it onto the map. Very like good places to put them. Obviously you have the Mythics there.
Oh my.
You have so many bosses. And it's been really good. Like everyone's landing there. I'm going from a Bombus perspective and Ranked perspective. I'm not going to competitive or anything, but I always land at St. Queen, and like it's really cool. The music is insane. The way to get to the vault is also really cool. And then yeah, that's pretty much it for the map changes. They kept the jungle, which I don't love. That's the only thing. I feel like I could have gotten rid of the jungle. But yeah, overall, map changes were really good. I think the Citadel needed to go. I did not like the Citadel. Lonely Labs, I mean, obviously I'm mad about that, but Sanguine's a good replacement. Now let's go to the collab. There's only been 2 so far, and they're both in the Battle Pass. But we got Ahsoka from Star Wars. That hasn't been out yet, but it's obviously confirmed. And that's going to be the secret skin for this season. And then you have Kabi Lame from TikTok, obviously, in the Battle Pass. People are like on and off about this because obviously he doesn't even play Fortnite, and yet he got the collab. While you have like Nick A30, Typical Gamer, like Tifu, like not getting skins when they've been playing for like 5 years. It's obviously like it makes sense to be mad about that, but like then again, Kabi Lim is really funny. So I think he deserved something more recognition. But overall, with all the weapons added and unvaulted, the map changes and the current state. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention the My Hero Academia update. You have the Ice Wall Mythic now, and Deku Smash coming back. Like I said, I do not like Deku Smash. But the Ice Wall Mythic I used in Zero Build when I first came out. Very well, like again, very creative. It's not creative because it's a collab, but like the way they made it is really cool. And it's really like strategy when you use it in Zero Builds. So, but yeah, overall, again, with all the stuff that's happening, and I hope everything will stay the same. Nothing bad happens. I'm gonna give the season a 10 out of 10. I hope the season continues to be good. It's gonna be the shortest season of all time, so I hope it's gonna be good throughout. I think that there's another update soon. So, but yeah, 10 out of 10 for Chapter 4, Season 4. So now, where does Chapter 4 rank in all the chapters, in my opinion? So first off, and I was gonna. Chapter 2 is probably the worst chapter in my opinion. It had 8 seasons, but some of the seasons, like Chapter 2, Season 1, Chapter 2, Season 5, Season 6 was bad. Chapter 2, Season 8. You only had like a couple good seasons. You had 4. I think 3 was really good. Those 2, 3, and 4 were actually solid. And then you had 7, which was also really good, but kind of some inconsistency there. But chapter 2 was still really good, but I think it's just the worst. And then it's gonna make people mad. Chapter 1, I think, is next. Just obviously for nostalgia, people can put it at 1. I'm not against anything. This is just my opinion. But yeah, I think Chapter 1, it did like change it like made Fortnite popular, but like obviously like no collabs, which is what Fortnite is driving Fortnite these days. Um, and yeah, it just hasn't been. Chapter 1 wasn't crazy. I didn't play a ton of it. I kind of got bored of it. Same thing with Chapter 2. And then the third one, it's gonna surprise a lot of people. I think Chapter 4 is the best chapter we've had. Chapter 3 is close though. Chapter 3 Season 1 is one of the best seasons of all time. Spider-Man Mythic, um, and then the map was crazy, and everyone was like obsessed. The event was crazy too. The end event, Chapter 2 Season 8. And then Chapter 3 Season 2, Zero Build revolutionized the game, brought so many people back. Um, Added a lot of new like mechanics and stuff. Chapter 3 Season 3 also probably one of the better seasons. I did not play Chapter 3 Season 3 because I was bored of the game because I was focusing on other stuff. But that season was really good. And then finally, Chapter 3 Season 4, probably the worst season, but still I think really a good season. The Chrome obviously was a little annoying. Story like this, and then the event at the end was not great. Um, but yeah. So Chapter 3 was very solid, but I'm gonna have to give the top spot to Chapter 4 because Chapter 4 Season 1 didn't really have anything bad in it. Chapter 4 Season 2 also didn't really have anything bad in it. Chapter 4 Season 3, let's not talk about that. Chapter 4, Chapter 4 Season 4, again, probably one of the better seasons we've had. So I'd say Chapter 4 is the best chapter in all of Fortnite. Thanks for watching. Make sure to go subscribe down below with notifications on. And also go to my Twitch, Peculiar Foe, and go follow there. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out, gang.